So I'm sitting here thinking, working on my fiddle, carving, I'm planing now. Kind of switched over to this little plane to kind of smooth out all the bumps. And I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to talk about today? Got to have a story, right? I mean, after all, that's why you're tuning in, is just for the stories. Who cares? No, most of you don't even know how to build a fiddle, don't even care about fiddles. Well, I mean, you care about fiddles, but you probably have no intentions of taking up that kind of a hobby. So you're tuning in for the stories, is what I gather. I know my mom is. So I'm thinking, all right, what am I going to talk about today? I got to talk about something. I'm just having too much fun. So it brings me to the point. I'm thinking, first of all, I'm not trying to be some kind of YouTube star. There's people today because of YouTube and because of Facebook and because of the internet and all the forums, they're trying to figure out a way to make money, They don't want to go to work. They want to stay home, sit on the couch, make videos, and hopefully that, some big corporate whatever will pick them up and sponsor them. And no, that's not what I'm about. I don't really care about money. Yeah, you need money to live in this world, yes. But I don't care. That doesn't interest me. I don't care. So, I'm not trying to be a YouTube star. And I could just hear my papa, my papa Chasson. I could hear him in French. He would be saying, "Qui c'est que ça, petit Philippe? Que tu veux, YouTube star? You trying to be a YouTube star?" I'm like, "No, papa." You don't understand. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not trying to be a YouTube star. But also I'm thinking, kind of, trying to keep everything on the lines of being Cajun and, Cajun life. I remember I used to always call my daughter. Her name is Andy. She has an online presence, and I don't think she's scared about me telling her, you got to be careful, but throwing out people's names today. There's so much cyber crime and security threats and identity thefts and all this business, But she has an online presence, and so me and her mom, we chose Andrea. She says Andrea. I say Andrea. Andrea, come here. Don't call me Andrea. My name is Andy or Andrea. But Andy, Andrea is so French. I used to always tell her that. I continue to tell her that. I tease her. She knows I love her, and she knows I'm joking around with her. I always like to tease the grandkids. Anyway, pause. I got a list of stories. I got to remember. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I'll be right back. So hello, nippy in the air, chilippy, as I like to say, nippy, chilly. Late October, weather's changing, getting a little bit cooler, especially here in North Georgia. But if it's not 20 below, about the only way I'm gonna put on long pants. I'm kind of warm-blooded, hot-blooded Cajun. I don't know, but I'm always, you're gonna see me 20 degrees. I'm in shorts and t-shirts, and my friends get embarrassed at me because I got my socks on with my flip-flops. Hey, they're embarrassed to go anywhere with me because I don't wear socks, and well, sometimes I do. It just depends. Anyway, so back to the story, and this is kind of this is one that needs to be acknowledged, because for a long time I denied or was in denial the subject about depression. So this is going to be a serious one, and if you're not interested in what I have to say about depression, you don't have to watch. But For the longest time, I was in denial about depression. Didn't really realize I was depressed. You know, I remember now, it dawns back on me that I've had childhood depression. Uh, I mean, ever since I can remember. And I didn't know what it was, but, you know, I've always dealt with depression. And, you know, for me, it's purely a chemical thing. Chemicals were just not buzzing right. I was a little crack bin. So for years I denied. For years I didn't even know that I needed to go do something about it. You know, and there's a whole lot I can say about that I'm not. But the point I'm trying to make is finally I realized and you know, there's a stigma that goes along with depression and mental imbalance and you know, that whole 9 yards about mental instability. You're afraid of what people are going to think and say and how they're going to look at you. You know, I used to worry about all that. You know, I didn't want people thinking I was loony, cuckoo, crack bin, because I'm not. But I was very depressed. Anyway, long story short, it came a point in time in my life. My wife can tell you, living in Georgia, I would get up in the morning depressed. And so getting ready to go to work, not 2 minutes out of my driveway, I'm calling her on the phone, crying my eyes out, just depressed. You know, and trust me, my wife is a rock star. She is a rock star. She's helped me so much with depression. I love her to death about it. She's so understanding. So, you know, I'm crying because I just don't know what to do, you know. Anyway, finally it got to the point I said, look, okay. And you know, she's always saying, you got to go to the doctor. You got to go. I don't want to go to the doctor. People are going to think I'm crazy. You know, I don't want to get on no medication, blah, 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 blah. Look, let me tell you what. When it gets so bad that you realize, hey, I need some help, you know, it's probably too late. But anyway, it got that bad, so I finally said, look, okay, I'm ready to try anything. I'm almost losing the will to live, you know what I mean? And that's just too far gone, because I was in a really, really bad place. Point is, don't wait. If you've got stuff going on, seek the medical advice. And the reason why I say that, and there were surprisingly some some good side effects that came about. So I sought medical help, and I'm not scared to say, you know, if this helps somebody deal with it, hey, awesome. You know, I love helping people. It's one of the main things in my life. If you know me, you know that I like helping people. Oh yeah. I'm not scared to say that I was hospitalized for depression, and I'm talking about loony bin hospitalized. I'm talking about mental hospitalized. Yeah, and I'm not scared to admit that. I let that go too far. That's on me. You know, I was afraid to go see a psychiatrist. So finally, you know, and because of that, I was forced to see a psychiatrist, which is the best thing that ever happened to me. So, you know, they got me. I mean, it took a while. I'm gonna be honest, it took a while, but I finally got on the right regimen of antidepressants and just other combination of other medications that I needed. And as it turned out, like I said, you know, chemical imbalance. Well, I'm not scared to say I am on Prozac today. Matter of fact, I've got to go take my medication. My alarm just went off reminding me that I got to take my medication, which I will do. I'm on Prozac today. I was on other medications, and I was on medication for 10 years. And it took 10 years to get me finally back to where I am, who I am today. I'm living proof that it does work. But you got to find the right combination. If you don't feel like something is working, go back to your doctor and say, look, we've got to make a change. Because that's what happened to me. They started me off on some medication, but it just wasn't working. It wasn't the right combination, the right mixture, the right cocktail. Went back to my doctor and said, look, we gotta find something else. This is not working. So finally, long story short, the right combination came up. Prozac. I was on Zyprexa, Wellbutrin. I was even on Depakote, you know. But since then, I was starting to feel good enough that I'm able to wean myself. I've weaned myself off of Zyprexa because of anxiety. I've had anxiety issues. I no longer have anxiety issues. And, you know, coupled with eating right and getting off of sugar, man, sugar is a killer. Get off of sugar. I got off of Depakote. I got off of Wellbutrin. I got off of Zyprexa. I was taking 60 milligrams of Prozac daily. Well, I'm down to 20 milligrams of Prozac daily. I could probably get off of Prozac, but I'm going to tell you why I don't. And I'm not scared to say this. I noticed when I started taking Prozac, man, I used to have migraine headaches almost on a daily basis. I lived on Excedrin. I could have bought stock in Excedrin and retired rich. That's how much Excedrin I bought. I was killing my stomach. I lived on Excedrin. But I no longer take Excedrin because I haven't had a headache in 10 years. That's hard to believe and hard to imagine, but I kid you not, I have not had a headache in 10 years. And so I refuse to come off of Prozac because I don't want the headaches. And not only that, I mean, yeah, it's helping to keep the brain function positive, you know. I mean, I used to be such a negative person. If you know, my wife, that was one of the first things, I mean, she fell in love with me, but she said, man, you're so negative. Yeah, I'm just negative, you know. I'm not negative anymore. You know, enough said about that. But so, you know, just don't be scared to go to the doctor if you need it. They will help. Talking to my good friend yesterday, and we were trading war stories about that. And you know, he did the same thing. You know, he went to see a doctor for stuff that he was going on. You know, he's my age, and you know, you deal with stuff in life. You know, life. We live in a horrible world. Life throws you curveballs. Look, man, if you want to talk further about that with me, if you are having a problem, message me on Facebook. I would love to talk to you. One of my missions in life, after I've gotten clear of depression, I told myself, if ever I can help anybody get through a bad time with depression or just whatever the case, man, I'm an open book. You can talk your ears off to me. I will listen. So message me, you know. Hey, man, I am here to help. This is what I do. I love life. I love people. I love making new friends. Facebook message me. Look me up on Facebook. My name should be easy to find on Facebook. Fabian Chasson. I will venture to guess. I will go out on a limb. How many Fabian Chassons do you know? Right? Everybody I talk to in Georgia, man, you got a unique name. Yeah. Thank you. You know. And I get so many compliments. Anyway, so please do something about depression.